Hello, everybody. Hold on, there we go. Good evening, everyone, or night, depending on where you are. Moogle, I know it's like midnight where you are. And Kayla. Hello, Kayla. Y'all, it's been a day. First off, I'm basically in a war with Ziggy right now. 1 a.m., good lord, Moogle. Do not stay up too late. Please, please do not stay up too late. First off, I am in a war with Ziggy for Ziggy this morning because he was not happy with me not feeding him right at 6:30 in the morning. Decided that he was going to step on Dalek the Roomba not once, but twice. And poor Dalek is stuck in a corner right now. Good, I'm glad you're getting ready for bed, Moogle. Dalek is stuck in a corner, so Dalek was just making his vacuuming noises and then slamming into things over and over again. And then the rest of the day, I'm pretty sure Ziggy knows that I'm upset with him about this because he tried to cuddle me the entire time, all day today. And now, OBS is telling me that I'm dropping frames, and I don't know what to do about this. I don't know if it's because, I don't know what the reason could be. It's something to mess with later. But I am going to take this camera here and turn things around a little bit because I got myself a new little monitor. Isn't that neat? And then you guys are over here. And then I'll just turn this around and get it hopefully kind of repositioned the way I had it. That should be good. Yeah. Hold on. Yep, that's pretty good. There we go. It's not perfect, but I can't put the camera right on the keyboard because I need to use the keyboard on occasion. So I put a poll into the Skulls and Cupcakes Discord asking which we should do tonight, because I have some what are called sinker eyes, and there are very specific backs that you put on them so that they kind of sink into the plushie and make it look like there's a little bit of indent there, like, your regular eyes are. And I usually just swap out a different pair of backs, and then I found out that that's actually not a good idea because the backs could come off easily and present a safety hazard. So now we have a little Cthulhu, Rainbow Cthulhu, that's staying with us. I think we named him Roger. I believe I showed him off last stream, but the name Roger has just come up. What else is there? I taught one of the discords I'm part of is called Dungeons and Hookers, as in, crocheters with these kind of hooks. And that's where I found out about the issue with the sinker eyes, and if you don't have the right back, it could be a safety hazard. So they very nicely linked me to a tool, which I will get the link for eventually and give to you guys. And it's supposed to make it easier for the sinker eyes to go on. Otherwise, you can put them into water in a bowl in the microwave and heat them up for 2 to 3 minutes. But you have to, get them in place really quickly, and I've decided I do not want to try and do that on stream. That's just insane. Cheers, all. My mug for tonight. I know Kit got this for me. I don't remember if it was for Christmas or my birthday, but I love this mug. Tonight's coffee is S'mores by Door County Coffee. Kit and I went to Woodman's on Friday night to grab groceries and snacks for the weekend, because we just had a chill weekend. We did next to nothing. We ran to the UPS store because Kit had to mail a package, to Walgreens because I needed to pick up some medicine. Right next to the UPS store is a little pet store called Tabby and Jack, and then a little board game store called I'm Bored. And we checked those out, but then for the rest of the day, we just sat at home and relaxed and watched stupid stuff on YouTube, and Kit played Baldur's Gate 3, and I played video games. I started a new world in the Hello Kitty Island Adventure. That's another thing I like about that, is you can just do that. You can just start a new world without having to delete everything like you do with Animal Crossing. So I played that today, and we played some Minecraft. We actually streamed some Minecraft yesterday. That was nice. And, yeah. So that's what we did. And now we're getting back to Care-thulhu. I put a poll into the Skulls and Cupcakes Discord, and everybody wanted us to go back to Care-thulhu. Well, that's a lie. In the Skulls and Cupcakes Discord, it was 1 vote to 1 vote, either stick with Care-thulhu as far as we can go, or just do something new tonight. Thankfully, I also put the poll into another Discord that I frequent, and one person in there said that they wanted to stick with Care-thulhu. So, Parker, if you're out there, your vote didn't count because you responded to it an hour after it closed. I'm sorry, buddy. Alright, so when we left off, it was on row 18. I gotta remember that my new screen over here is not a touch screen. It's really nice. I was using Kit's old monitor from her old computer that recently bit the dust, and it was working okay, but I had no space. I always felt like that monitor was gonna fall over on me. This one, it's about the same size as my laptop screen, and it looks nice. I can... Hi, Nova! I've got my Twitch dashboard and my pattern over here on this new smaller screen, and then I've got you guys via OBS on the main screen. It's really weird looking at myself while I'm talking, but it gives me a good place to look. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nova. Thank you for putting that in there. Alrighty. So, I have my iPad over here, and there's a pattern on this one, so I've got to be really careful to not try and do the pattern that's over here, because, so Care-thulhu patterns over here. Over here is a pattern for a little Jason Voorhees plushie because I think I talked about this before. I realized that the Friday night market of the big gay Pride market in June is on Friday the 13th, which I have been informed is the only Friday the 13th this year. That's pretty interesting to me. So I decided that on that Friday I'm gonna have a bunch of Jason Voorhees themed stuff, and they're only gonna be for sale that night. So that'll be fun and silly. All right, so like I said, we were on round 18 of here, so now we got to do round 19, which is just single crochet decrease around. Hello, Bendito. Hi, you gonna say hi to everybody?
Hello, internets. I am here to cause problems on purpose.
Bandit, Nova says hi.
Hello, Nova. I'm under the desk, Nova. Hello. Goodbye.
Oh, that little boy. I thought about making Jason stuff, but I'm not a horror movie person, so it would feel disingenuous. I am also not a horror movie person. It is very disingenuous. I'm doing it because it's funny to me personally. If you don't do stuff just because it's funny to you once in a while, it's going to be very dull. Like the man says, never take life too seriously, you're not going to get out of it alive. Bandit, I hear you scratching on the wall. Do not scratch on the wall. So Bandit doesn't meow very often. I gotta get this down so you guys can actually see it. There we go. Bandit doesn't meow very often, but recently he's been doing it when he wants me to come into my room and give him what we call the rubbins. Basically, I lay kind of like flat on my bed and he just rubs himself against my face over and over again, purring like a madman until he is satisfied. So I think I've unintentionally trained him to meow when he wants this to happen, which I'd rather have him meow at me than scratch on the walls and stuff like that. So I'm okay with this. All right. Gotta keep this down where you guys can actually see it. Also, I've done another thing. My back keeps hurting while I'm streaming, so I'm like, how can I do this? There are, you can't see them, but there's actually arms on my chair here, and I usually have them up because I don't use them while I'm working, but I have them down now, so I can actually put my elbows on them while I'm crocheting. So let me just, here we go. All right, we are on row 20, which is just a single crochet around. I'm gonna keep trying to use this new monitor as a touch screen because I do that all the time. Like I do it with my regular computer because I use my iPad so much. But yeah, it's so originally I have a Costco membership because of reasons that we're not going to get into. I have to remember to copy paste over the political chat thing from Skulls and Cupcakes into a command here. We don't really do politics here because my kit works in a she works in a part of the government that is actually nonpartisan. So we don't go public with that thing because her job does a lot of good work, and we do not want to risk somebody being like, well, her wife said this, and that means that she's partisan, and blah 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 blah. We're not going to deal with that. Yes. Oh yeah. Costco is great for affordable bulk, no politics involved. But oh wait, hold on. Okay, front loop only increases around. But they have one at Costco that was like $80, about the same size. It looks like the same hookup. I was not sure how well this was going to work out, and I didn't want to drop $80 on something and then have it be something that I didn't like. So I swallowed some pride and went to Amazon, and the one that I got, I believe, was 50. It's working nice though. I got to do some testing with it later because I was going to try and get Discord set up again so that if people wanted to, from my vendor frienders group or whatever, just wanted to pop in and chat while I was doing this, we could do that. But I don't know if I set things up right, and I didn't think to try and test it earlier. Mostly because the idea I had came to me like 5 seconds before stream started, which is that there are two audio outputs now. There's the audio output on my my new monitor and then the one that's on my laptop here. So my thinking is, I don't know if this will work, but my thinking is I set Discord to the monitor output in both OBS and on Discord, and I think that could work. Otherwise, if I just had it set up to my regular speakers, the music was playing over both, and I don't know how well that would work out. Maybe I can't do both. Maybe we can't have music and people chatting with us. I don't know. Something to look into, see how it goes. All right. Sorry, I keep moving this up. Someday I will remember to keep this down where you guys can actually see it. Yay, Vegeta is out. I don't know what that means. I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z in forever. I haven't watched Dragon Ball in forever. I didn't watch Dragon Ball GT. I wasn't into it. I tried, but I'm like, nah. Okay, coffee time. Oh, Vegeta's your hamster. Okay, I'm sure you told me this. I just have the memory of a stick of gum. All right. Okay, so 3 single crochet and then increase. So we're probably only going to get about up to the part where I would need to enter the eyes in. As I was explaining earlier, I want to use some of the Singer eyes that I have, but I have to use the specific backs that come with them. Otherwise, it's a safety hazard. The eyes could pop off. So I have a tool coming that will help me put these into place, but I will not be getting it until probably Monday or Tuesday. So in theory, on Tuesday, we can set the eyes in place and then finish up this guy. Which I don't know if y'all see it, but on the Twitch page, we actually have a schedule now. I'm gonna try and be doing this 3 times a week. We're gonna have our Sunday night Stitch and Chill, which is just me. Hopefully, if we ever figure out how to do Discord, it'll be like other people joining me to just chat and have a nice little chat together. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's just the Internet Anti-Cupcakes, Coffee Crafts and Chill, where it's just me with music working on a thing. Down here. I will figure out cameras eventually. All right. The good thing is that there are other parts of the Care-thulhu that we can work on when before we finish up the head and everything. Like we can put the ears together. My thinking, he's gonna have his little tummy patch. My thinking for the tummy patch is that it's gonna be in black because this is very ace coded, but there's no black in it. So that's what we're gonna do there. Okay. I need to check something real quick in the pattern because I don't like having to sew the tentacles on later. So I'm scrolling down to see where the tentacles are supposed to be sewed on. Come on. Scroll with me. Okay. Okay, so the top tentacle's directly under the eyes, and the eyes are supposed to be attached at... Scrolling up still. Okay. Okay, insert safety eyes between rounds 27 and 28. So round 27 is where the first line of tentacles should go. And if I do this right, we're just going to be able to... Oh, thank you, Stream Elements. Thank you for telling people they can give me money. Okay. I don't think I set up that timer, so that did that itself. Anyway. Where am I? One, two, three. Oh, I did it again. I just kept crocheting when I should have stopped and done an increase. So 1, 2, 3, increase right here. That's what keeps happening. I start talking to you guys and I forget to do things. All right. So we are on round 22 right now. We'll have like 3 rounds of just single crocheting. and then I get to try and figure out how to put the tentacles in place. This should be interesting. Trying to think of anything else interesting has happened lately. Not really. Alrighty. Well, I think I did mention this a little bit earlier, but I can go into a little bit more detail about it. Yesterday, Kit and I actually did some streaming. We haven't streamed on Skulls and Cupcakes since October, which is when I had the Battle of the Birthdays with HUD 601. We did an All Emeralds race in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Knuckles. So, all right, before I go any further, I'm gonna figure out where my stuffing is and put a little bit more stuffing into here. Well, it's easy to access this part. Grabbing my stuffing bag. Okay. So we played Minecraft, and it was interesting because the whole reason we decided we were going to play Minecraft is because Kit wants to start an armadillo ranch in Minecraft because there's armadillos now, and the armadillos are adorable. So we started out with this one world, and we were in like this snowy hell where we could not find anything. We could not get out of the snowy hell because we kept dying. And so finally I'm like, look, we're gonna start a new world. I'll start it up and we'll just go from there. We went to the second world and found nothing there either. We didn't die as much because I turned off enemies because I am a wuss and I usually play on peaceful. All right. And then finally I'm like, look, Minecraft has this thing now where you can get a pre-generated world. I think it's called like themes or something. I don't remember what it's called. But basically, you can just be like, I want this world, and one of them is a mesa biome, and a mesa biome is where you find armadillos, or at least one of the places you can find armadillos. So I just went and registered that, and then we found armadillos, and that's where we ended the stream. We are planning on streaming on Wednesday nights, so this Wednesday night we'll come back and we'll start building the armadillo ranch. I'll probably turn monsters on so we have stuff to do while we're in there on hopefully the easiest mode possible. Although we were on easy mode and we were still getting our butts handed to us, so who knows how that's gonna go. Alright, so I need just 3 rounds of going in a circle. As I've mentioned before, I just put 2, here's the stitch marker that tells me where the beginning of my row is, and this is the stitch marker that tells me how many rows I'm doing, so just makes it easier for me to remember, and because counting in continuous rounds is hard. Okay. We're doing good with the we're doing good with the yarn right now. As I mentioned last time we worked on this guy, this is a big twist plush yarn. The name of it, I want to say it's okay, it's Lavender Aura Variegated. Big Twist is hopefully going to become its own thing. We would really like that if Joanne somehow let us keep our yarn, but we're not betting on it. So I don't know if I'll ever find this yarn again. So hopefully I have enough here to finish it all. All right. It has just occurred to me that nope. Okay, I thought I took all of my plushie sticks out to the living room, but I've got 2 over there, so we're good. Yeah, there we go. Get this down a little bit more. So yeah, we'll be streaming on Wednesdays on our Skulls and Cupcakes channel, which Bangpath S and C will get you the link. S ampersand C. Sorry. Because because, you know, I had to make it as complicated as possible. Okay. But yeah, I think we're gonna try doing some more, thank you, Nova. I think we're gonna try doing some more two-player games. Like, usually we would just try and split it, like, Kid would play a game to completion, I would play a game to completion. Forward you a hand video in the DMs. His chirps are so cute. Thank you. I will watch that later. I do love vids of hamsters. Hamsters are so cute. But I think we're gonna do more two-player games like Minecraft, Cult of the Lamb, stuff like that. I love Cult of the Lamb, as you may have guessed by my coffee mug. Okay, we got one more row of just singles to go around, and then we get to try and do the cheek shaping, which is fun. The fun part is going to be that I'm going to be doing the cheek shaping, and trying to put the tentacles in place at the same time. Like, those happen over the same rows. Like, I probably could try and lower things down a little bit, but I do not want to risk that, so we'll see how things go. And then if we get to a point where we can't do anything more on this and I'm still feel like streaming, we'll grab something. I'll grab some yarn at random and make something. I don't know what. Just a reminder, right now I am fundraising for Breakthrough T1D, Breakthrough Type 1 Diabetes. They used to be the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, but now they are Breakthrough T1D. And on May 16th, I'm going to be participating in, they're having a bunch of makers do streams that day to raise money, and on that day, I'm going to be making a bunch of Bongo the Confident Squid keychains. If you donate $50 to my campaign, you get yourself a Bongo the Confident Squid keychain. And so that will be the day that I make all the keychains that I need for people who donated. Alright, so we're done there. Now this is going to be fun because I'm going to need to do the, good night, Moogle, have a good night. I'm going to need to do the cheek shaping and the first set of tentacles on this row, so we'll see how this goes. I think I can make this work. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work as well as I want it to, and it still kind of works. If it looks weird, we're turning a Care Bear into a Cthulhu. It's gonna look weird no matter what. But I like just doing the tentacles in line with the rest of the crochet just because it looks a little bit more streamlined. Which, I don't have Roger the Rainbow Thulu in here so I can show you what I mean, but that's okay. Alright. Where is my mouse? Okay, there it is. Alright, scroll this up a little bit so I can be on the line that I need to be on. Okay, 12 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. 3 decreases. Oh, wait, I'm good. Maybe? Okay. So what I'm gonna do, instead of trying to drive myself crazy by doing the cheek shaping and the tentacles on the thing, I'm just gonna move the tentacles up a little bit. And then when I actually put the eyes in place, just put the eyes over the tentacles. We'll see how this goes. you sure about this pattern? Are you sure that this is how this is supposed to go? Okay, we're gonna pull this round out and do some counting real quick. Because it's telling me it's supposed to be one way, and it's not turning out that way. This happens sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta rip it. Rip it good. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. How did this happen? How did we get down to 24 stitches? Alright, we're gonna have to pull out a little bit more because something went wrong somewhere, so... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, we're still wrong. Worst case scenario, I can go back down to the row where I had to do the increases in the front loop only and try again. Sometimes you just gotta try these things again. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, we're still having issues. Alright, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go all the way back. Oh, I can already see where some problems happened. Okay. One of the problems with this yarn is that it's kind of hard to see where the stitch holes are. Right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. There we go. 17, 18, 19, 24. And what I'm going to do real quick is double check that I have the right number of stitches so we do not have to go through all this again. And I seem to have already lost one of my stitch markers because that's the kind of thing that happens to me. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, we got 24 now. I do not know where that one stitch marker went. I don't see it on the floor. That's fine. We will make do. Alright, so we're going to go again, and I'm going to make sure I count properly as I go. So you're just going to hear me counting to 30 right now to make sure that I have the right number of stitches. Also, I have another stitch marker right here. It's not the one I was using, but you know what? It's a stitch marker. It's right there. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, Nova, have you heard anything from the Scorpio market? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. We're just gonna fix this the old-fashioned way. 28. 29, 30. There. Is that the best way to do it? Probably not. Do I care? No. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Nova. See, I've got some other stuff going on next month. Like, I do have the Madison Mental Health Market at the end of the month, but I also, Amber Cyprin of Amber Cyprin fame. I don't know how else to describe them. Amber's just great. They're possibly doing a thing. I'm not going to go into much detail on where it's going to be and everything, but they they're possibly doing a thing where a bunch of people from Fast Pace Events, which is their charity organization. Oh, thank you for that congratulations. Boo that you got waitlisted. Um, they're doing a thing with Fast Pace Events staff where we're going to choose speed runs that other people in the event or in the staff do. For example, I usually do Sonic 2 and Knuckles speed runs, mostly Knuckles All Emeralds, and with the Sega Ages version, Knuckles New Game Plus. Amber has started doing practice on the Knuckles All Emeralds route, which I made the most ridiculous little MS, well, it's not even MS Paint because I did it on my iPad. Little paint thing where I found a picture of the entire map for both Emerald Hill 1 and 2, and then just took my finger and drew my route with little loops and everything, like going the exact way I would go just to help them if they wanted to try and get all emeralds in Emerald Hill 1 and 2, because that's what I always do. But if I'm in the Scorpio market and the mental health market at the end of the month, I would need to like put all of my focus into that. So I'm hoping I find out sooner rather than later what's going on with the Scorpio market so I can tell Amber as soon as possible whether or not I can do it. However, there were two games that people speed run that I chose. I found my other stitch marker, yay. Um, that I thought I could possibly do, or at the very least I'd be interested in doing and have access to, which are Kirby's Adventure, because I can get to that through, well, both of these I can get through the Nintendo Online system. So Kirby's Adventure on the Game Boy, and then Legend of Zelda Link to the Past on the Super NES. I decided I would try Kirby first because it seems like a shorter game and hopefully easier. I'm terrible at it. And I've gotten to a point where I'm just trying to get through the game and I'm not having fun with it. So I might like respectfully bow out of this one, but like still be there if I don't know how it's all going to work. Like if I'm going to be on comms with Amber while they're running or what. So, okay, we got 30 stitches now. Let's do this. I'm still thinking about it. I probably after I'm done streaming, I'll give that another try. I think I'm stuck on World 4. I cannot get past this one part, and I'm terrible at it. Oh yeah, Amber would definitely understand. Amber's great. I would tell you to shout them out, Nova, but one, I don't know if I have that set up, and two, Amber doesn't stream very much anymore, but Amber is amazing. Oh, I know. They are a showrunner for Games Done Quick. They have their passion project shows, which I believe is every other Friday, question mark? I do not know. Okay, I do not have those set up. I will get to that at some point. But yeah, Amber is an absolute sweetheart. Love them to death. Like, Amber was one of the first people. Amber and Arg were like really the first people who were like, you can play the game, you can beat the game, you can speed run the game. And I didn't have any arguments after that, so that's how I ended up with the first record on the boards for Knuckles, All Emeralds for Sega Ages, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Knuckles. Held that for a while, and then other people started playing, and I got all excited. Honestly, I should put in for either Passion Project or a Tea Tree show out of the box, but for a Tea Tree show, I would have to do All Emeralds because I believe his show is just you don't have to do anything special, you just have to run. And so I would have to do Knuckles All Emerald, and my best time on that, I believe, is an hour. Okay, I haven't had a chance to watch it. I need to get into the Games Done Quick archives on YouTube and watch those, but But then Passion Project, I could do just the New Game Plus one. It's a shorter one. It's literally fresh save right out of the box. Okay. But yeah, the Passion Project would just be the game in general because I'm sorry if you've heard this spiel before. You're going to hear it again. I love the Sega Ages Sonic 2 thing because it's just amazing. It's a really, if you wanted to start trying to speedrun Sonic the Hedgehog 2, it is a really good way to do it because, one, it's on the Nintendo Switch, so you can play it in handheld mode and not have to. You can play it in handheld mode and still have YouTube up on the TV or whatever. One of the most ancient episodes with Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Oh, nice. Okay, second reason is because, the game has built-in save states. Like, you can do save states without having to do a whole bunch of fun things, and that's how I got good at the Emerald levels, because I got to each Emerald level, made a save state, and then just grinded them with the help of the save states until I was better at them. And then the third one is it has the level select built in, so you don't have to remember the code to do level select on the game. You can just enable it at the beginning, and then you can just go in and practice the levels that you aren't so good at, which I did that a lot too. So, excuse me. So yeah, I just really think that the Sega Ages version of Sonic 2 is really the best one to do if you want to get into speedrunning that game. I don't know what made my one true rival Griffin take up the game, but I'm very glad he did, because after Griffin took it up, other people started taking it up too. Although I think Threego said that my run of it on Flame Fatales a few years ago was what got him into it. Them? Possibly them? I don't remember. I'm so sorry if I misgendered you, Threego. But that just made me happy that people started playing the game and speedrunning it, and I just kind of, not quietly retired. I pull it out every once in a while, but I don't really, like, actively speedrun it anymore. Okay, another person in Vendor Friender says they also haven't heard back about the Scorpio market. Alright, I haven't really asked my in-house artist to make me a be right back screen, but my coffee is cold and I want to reheat, so you guys just get to stare at the back of my room. You know what? Let me come back to questions about stuff in my room. I'll be back. Professor, no. Okay, you guys couldn't see it, but my professor plush, one of them, just fell out of the net of plushies over my bedroom door. And also, I filled up the carafe while I was gone. I gotta put the carafe somewhere away from the microphone because the steam hisses. So we'll set that over here. Get myself comfortable again. All right. What do we got here? Yep, Pepper was on my bed. Hello, little ginger gremlin. Un café, por favor. Yeah, I just filled up the carafe and brought the whole thing with me. All right. Before I go on, I'm just going to double check and make sure I have enough stitches so we don't have to rip it all out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, we're good. We still have 30. Yeah, this looks a lot bigger already, so actually doing the shaping should work next time. All right. So any questions about the weird stuff in my room, please throw them into the chat. I really shouldn't blame not having a Be Right Back screen on my in-house artist because, hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Sparky Pugwash. Hi, Auntie, may I ask a question? Yes, you may ask a question. Just know if it's inappropriate, I have mods. All right, so moving on. Bandit, do not scratch on the wall. What am I making? Oh, no, you're not being rude at all. That's a great question. If you put !pattern into the chat, it will bring up a link to the pattern. Bandit, will you knock it off back there? Bandit is my cat. So this is actually going to be it's going to be a Care-thulhu, so a Care Bear, but that is also Cthulhu. It is made by Eldstitch Horrors. I love their patterns. Bandito! Again, Bandit is my cat, and he's scratching at the walls because he wants attention. And you know what? If you want attention, come jump up here and get on camera again. Yep, this yarn is Big Twist plush yarn. Big Twist is apparently as of right now going out of business because it's made by Joanne Fabric, and Joanne Fabric is going out of business. I'm holding out hope that maybe either Joanne will continue as an online only craft store. Oh, Ginger Gremlin, no. But I would like Joanne to continue on as just an online only craft store so I can still get my yarn, but if they don't, it's not the end of the world. There's other yarn out there. Was sad about Joanne's. Yes, I'm also very sad about Joanne. That's where I get the majority of my stuff from, but there are other options, and we'll just have to move on. Hopefully I will not need to try and find more of this yarn. I think I have an entire brand new skein of it, so I should be able to get this whole guy done well, not tonight, but in general. We're gonna have to stop on the main body around the time I have to put the eyes on. Oh, thank you for the follow there, Sparky Pugwash. I appreciate that. I explained this earlier, but I will continue to explain it just so everybody knows. We have a type of eyes that are called sinker eyes, and what they do is when you put them into the plushie, it like pushes it in a little bit and gives the face a little bit more definition. I didn't realize when I first got these eyes that you are supposed to use the specific back that comes with it. I will go back and forth between calling them backs and washers because washers make sense to me. So if I say washer, I mean the thing that holds the eyeball in place. So you're supposed to use those specific ones, otherwise it could be a safety hazard and the eyeballs could come off, and if this went to like a small child, then there would be a worry that the small child would put the eyeball in its mouth. So, I have, thanks to the lovely people in the Dungeons and Hookers Discord that is run by Bardic Trinkets, which will be doing some of their patterns at some point. They all informed me of the safety risks and everything, and I was very, very appreciative of that. It's always nice to be told that even though you think you're okay, you might be doing something that could be dangerous. And oh, the person who was talking to me was like, "I'm so sorry to tell you this because I know you've been so excited about making these things." I'm like, "No, I'm so happy you told me because I've already had issues with eyes coming out of plushies. I've taken steps to make sure that doesn't happen anymore. But if that happened because I didn't use the right type of back, I would feel awful, especially if like a kid choked on it or something. That would be the worst. So, they also gave me a link to a tool that is used. It's made specifically to put these eyes in place. I have one coming, but it probably won't be here until Monday or Tuesday. I'm hoping it's here by the time we have stream on Tuesday, so then I can show you all how it works and give you an honest review of it. All right, so 23, 24. Okay, we're back up to where we were almost. I got to finish this round, and then we'll be back on the first cheek shaping round. I am glad that you learned something, Sparky Pugwash. I like teaching people things. I like sharing knowledge, and I like learning things as well. So I learned from there's a I don't know if it still updates. It probably does because there is a oh, it looks like my video's buffering, so I don't even know if you guys can hear me anymore. There was a comic I used to read. I don't follow it anymore. Called XKCD. It was a lot about math, but one of the comics was talking about how you shouldn't like snub somebody. Yeah, I'm dropping frames left and right, and I don't know why. I'm going to figure this out at some point. I don't know if it's maybe because I don't know. I'm assuming it's just because of my internet. I'm hardwired, but who knows anymore. Anyway, the comic was about how you shouldn't like make fun of somebody for not knowing something because you're just depriving yourself of showing somebody something that they may absolutely love. The example there that they used was somebody didn't know about Diet Coke and Mentos, and they're like, "Oh, come on, we're gonna go to the store and we're gonna get Diet Coke and Mentos." Is that you, Bandit? Yep, you're just jumping around being a weirdo. You want to come over here? Come here. No, you're gonna sulk? Okay, you sulk over there. Maybe something is updating in the background? Possibly? Laptop might not be beefy enough to stream video and music at the same time. Oh, that could be it. I mean, this is a decent laptop. It's a Acer or Asus. I don't remember the exact model, but it's the same type of laptop that is that we use for streaming on Skulls and Cupcakes, SBO, the streaming laptop. This is Chaos, my laptop. Bandit. 1 second, Internet.
No! Not the internet! No, why, Mama? Mama, why?
For those who don't know, this is Bandit. Bandit is our youngest boy. He's a pandemic baby.
Hello, everybody. Yo soy Bendito. Hello. Hello. I love you. Won't you tell me your name? Hello. I love you. Don't know the rest of this song. Bum, 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 bum. Mom, please. Please stop making me dance for the internet, Mom.
He is the Bandito S Bandito. Yes, he is. Oh, you are talking about my Sonic quilt. My beloved fiance made that for me. This is what we're doing now, huh?
Yep. Goodbye, Mom. I'm gonna go wreak havoc somewhere.
Yeah, I bought a bunch when I found out that they were Sonic the Hedgehog fabric. I bought a ton of it with the idea of making myself a quilt, and then I got overstimulated and realized that I did not have the patience for it. Thank you. I will pass that along to her. So she did it for me, and I love that blanket very much. On my bed like 90% of the year. Okay, we are back to round 26. We're gonna try this again. She also has a quilt that she made, which is a bunch of Riddler fabric that she found on Etsy because she loves the Riddler. Okay, 1, 2. I gotta count for a moment because this is like some shaping to get the cheeks right. Oh, that's great, Sparky Pugwash. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So what I'm doing is this is going to shape the head a little bit so the cheeks are a little bit puffier. Oh, it's you again. Um, Nova, please ban that person into non-existence, please. Look, I'm not interested in buying followers or viewers or anything like that. Just shoo. Thank you, Nova. Okay, so there's the 3. All right, so what I'm noticing here is that if you can see this, this is where the cheek shaping would be, and it's like right in the middle of the head. So, yeah, none of us like bot Sparky Pugwash. My kid sibling has a great way of dealing with them. They keep threatening to throw them into an air fryer, and I just find that great. So, anyway, my cheek shaping is here, like here's the middle of the face. It's here. And then I'm supposed to do 6 stitches and then do more cheek shaping over here. That's not going to look right. Banned and reported. Thank you, Nova. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to, and this is one of the things that the excuse me, the pattern does say, we will do viewing decreases to create the cheats. Depending on tension, you may need to adjust the placement of the decreases. So I'm going against the pattern, but I'm also going with the pattern. So what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do my decreases about 6 stitches early. 1, 2, 3 decreases there. So there, my cheek, there, it's a little bit more closer to where my cheek is supposed to be. Yeah, they're really good at spotting bots. Like, they have their own Etsy store, tiptapshop.etsy.com. I know it's Tip Tap Shop. I don't know if they have any fancy spelling or anything. They do a lot of, well, hold on. I can show you something that they did. This is my little Narinder plushie that my sibling made. They did the art on it. Here, let me get it up in the... I'm not good with the camera, guys. There we go. All right, Narinder plushie. So my sibling did the art on this, and then this is a pillow that they sell on their Etsy store. They asked me, I went to visit them last year for Thanksgiving, and I took like Christmas presents. They're like, well, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, honestly, I want a set of your plushies. They have Narinder and all 4 of the bishops. So they're all up on my shelf over there next to Sonic holding a heart and Dr. Eggman Squishmallows. I need to find a better way to display them at some point. Yeah, my sibling is named Mar. They are a very, very good artist. I'm very proud of them. I'm also very proud that like they figured out Etsy and everything on their own, so they do it all themselves, and it's great. All right, so we got our 3 decreases. I know I said I wasn't gonna do the tentacles on the cheek shaping row, but we're gonna give it a try. I need to scroll down on my thing real quick. Ah, my mouse fell asleep again. I will say, as much of a pain in the butt as it is for your mouse to go asleep when you're not using it, it's actually quite helpful for it to go to sleep when you're not using it so it doesn't waste the battery. All right, 12 stitches. Okay. All right, so we're going to see if we can make this work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so we have 12 stitches here, and I'm just going to go into the next one, like I'm going to skip the first chain, go into the second chain, and then I'm going to just give it a little bit of a curl. I'm going to do 2 stitches in each chain to just give it a little bit of a twist for it. Is the thicker yarn more difficult to use? Sometimes. This yarn is a little bit hard for me because the colors make it hard for me to see where the stitches are to go into. We had a problem earlier where I missed some stitches and it screwed up everything and I had to pull a bunch out, but that happens. You just gotta fix your stitches and move on. All right. And I'm having a little bit of trouble right now because I can't fully see where things are, but we're getting there. It's easier to do the increases because once you get one stitch in there, you just put another right next to it. All right. I hope I have this where you guys can see it, okay? I usually hold my yarn up a bit higher, which works on the smaller cam in the corner, but not so much for this one. Okay. Come on. Thank you, Sparky Pugwash. All right, so we got our first tentacle done. Well, we got the crocheting on the tentacle itself done. So what I'm going to do next is in the same spot where my stitch was, my first stitch here, I'm just going to slip stitch right back into it, and that will kind of like connect our tentacle to the rest of it, and boom, there is our first tentacle. So we're going to do that 3 more times on this row, and then we're going to do it 4 more times on the next row. So we go in next stitch, which real quick, I need to remember that I did 2 stitches between my decreases. So there's supposed to be 6 stitches between the decreases, the cheek decreases. So what I'm going to do is try to keep that as close to that part of the pattern as possible. Worst case scenario, instead of ending my round with the decreases like it says in the pattern, I'll just have some extra ones. Hey, Nova, what's up? Did something break, Nova? Thank you, Nova. No, I did 2 stitches between the decreases and the tentacle. So when I get to my last tentacle, I'll want to do 2 single crochets and then do my my decreases. I do appreciate you trying to remind me because that's the kind of thing I need. I appreciate the cheeky modness. Which, if you like the music that we're listening to right now, Bang Path, or sorry, it's called the Bang Path, but I know most people say exclamation point. Exclamation point, Game Shops? I don't remember. I either did Game Shops or Spotify. Nova, you figure it out, please. One of these days, I'm actually going to write down all of these. Yes, thank you, Nova. It did do Game Shops. Okay. So like this will be funny in the process of typing it. I forgot. That is legit. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. Alright. Kind of got to manhandle Care-thulhu here. This guy I will definitely be saving to go to the Big Gay Pride Market, and the handle on your hook is so pretty. Thank you! I found these on Amazon. They're just basic rubber hooks. I need ergonomic hooks because my hands start to hurt if I will grip it too much. use Chill Hop if you're using any of that music, or just I'll probably go back to Chill Hop sometime, but I do want to keep it up because here's what'll happen. I'll take it down, forget that I take it down, use the Chill Hop music, and then they will get mad at me for not having the thing up the only thing they have requested is that you have that up somewhere if you use their music, which very reasonable. So I'm just going to leave it up. Even if I don't use their music on the regular, it's nice to have it up there. Which if you yourself are interested in Chill Hop music, Bangpath Chill Hop, and it gets you a link to their page. Spotify is nice. Well, Game Shops is nice because they let you just stream from Spotify. Chill Hop does not like you to do that. They have requests. They're giving you access to a bunch of free songs that you can use without worrying about copyrights or anything. So the least you can do is follow their very simple rules, which are make sure you're attributing to them and don't stream off of their YouTube or off of Spotify. Game Shops says it's okay to stream off of Spotify. You just need to make a playlist. So I did. All right. Wow, we've been at this for an hour already. Good job, me. I mean, we are definitely not. Even if it wasn't, even if I was going to be able to like put the eyes in place and everything tonight, we would not be done with this tonight because we still got the arms to make. The tail. We're not going to do a snout because they give you the option of like doing the tentacles and adding a snout to the plushie. I do either or because doing both looks weird to me. And weird is okay, but it's a bit much in the weird place, so. Which I gotta figure out what I'm gonna make next. I'm probably gonna go back to the realm of cryptids for a bit, because my shop name is Cryptids, Cuties, and Chaos, and I do a lot of cryptid plushies. That's what I started doing. No, I take that back. When I first started, the name of my shop was originally I was just gonna call it Paxy's Side Hustle because that's all I was doing with it. It honestly was a creation made to get rid of yarn. That's it. I was just trying to use up yarn. And then I realized that I was actually really enjoying myself. Yeah, they do kind of look like the Ood on Doctor Who, don't they? I love that. I like the Ood were great, weren't they? I haven't watched Doctor Who in forever. I kind of clocked out after 11. But anyway. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. When I first started making plushies, I just made a bunch of this small, easy pattern that I found on the Yarnspirations website. My shop name did change a lot. So first it was Cupcake Side Hustle. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm actually enjoying this. I feel like I should have something a little bit more of a professional name because I decided I was going to start trying to do markets with Nova. I can't judge. The name I've ended under the past 10 years have changed a lot of times. That's legit. You know what? Sometimes you vibe with a name at first, but then you need to change it. So after I stopped being a Paxi Side Hustle, I was Creation by Cupcakes. For those who don't know, Cupcakes is a nickname. My video game streaming channel with my fiance is Skulls and Cupcakes. She's the skulls, I'm the cupcakes. And my username on a lot of places is AKA the Cupcakes. Oh yes, that big scape. That first big gay spooky market was indeed so much fun. I loved that. Look, sometimes you gotta let it go. You can't speak, take some coffee and reset. Being autistic and having ADHD, my brain moves faster than my mouth. So, and sometimes my mouth moves faster than my brain. So, which I think is what happened there. Yeah, Nova understands. Okay. So yeah, then I was Creation by Cupcakes, but I kept getting people asking me if I baked. Well, yeah, you are definitely in good company, Sparky. Which, by the way, do you prefer Sparky? Do you prefer Pug? What would you prefer to be called? So yeah, I went to Creations by Cupcakes, but everybody thought I did baking. My tax guy thought I was a baker. I'm like, no, I crochet things. All right, we need one more tentacle. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sparky is fine. Okay. If there was something else you preferred to be called, I would use that. Dead naming happens. It's never intentional and it's never with any maliciousness. I can just be very forgetful at times. Heck, I still dead name myself occasionally, but mostly when I'm having a bad day and like doing those like mental, oh my god, dead name, why did you do that? And then I remember, wait, that's not my name anymore. Oh, there's a really good term I heard for that recently. Necronym. So instead of a dead name, it's a necronym. Which, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm getting so for those who don't know, I had my name legally changed recently so that I am not using my dead name anymore. I am officially Paxi, and also changed my last name because my fiance and we were both talking about what we wanted to do for last names. Her first name with my old last name sounded weird. Her last name is really long and frequently misspelled. And also apparently forgettable by my relatives because 9 times out of 10, if they address something to us, it's my full name and then just her first name. Nobody has bothered to reach out to me and be like, hey, what's their last name? This will be remembered. Anyway, so we were talking about it and we were throwing around ideas for a new last name for the both of us. And we came up with some silly stuff. One of the things we thought about was Emmerich, as in Hal Emmerich from Metal Gear Solid, because we're ridiculous like that. And then my fiance was like, hey, your grandmother, who you love and adore and miss very much, her maiden name was Monroe. Why don't we go with that? And that's what we're doing. So when I got my first name changed, I changed my name completely. So I am Paxi Rose Monroe. And hopefully that will make things easier for her in November when we get the when we get that knot tied, because then she won't have to go through everything I did to change my name. All right. So, we've got the tentacles on. That looks pretty well centered. Now, we might be doing some pulling out after this, or some ripping out, however you want to put it, because if I don't need to put these 2 stitches here before I do the decreases, I have a family relative called Monroe as a last name. Nice. Mine is spelled differently, but yes. Anyway, I'm gonna see how this looks after I finish the round to see if things are lined up pretty good. If they aren't, we just rip some stitches out and try again. If they are, we move on to the next round. This sort of thing when I'm called Mrs. His last name only, I just want to puke every time it happens. I'm sorry. I know I occasionally get the order of your last name mixed up, but to be fair, they both start with K, and I at least I'm trying. Okay. Bendito, Perito, Hidalgo, Francisco. No, wait, Francisco Hidalgo. We keep adding names to Bandit's name. He is now Bendito, Perito, Francisco Hidalgo. Why is he Spanish? We don't know. Other than, I mean, my mom's biological parents are from Puerto Rico, so technically I'm part Puerto Rican. All right. My goodness, the tentacles take up a lot of the face, but they seem pretty centered to me. I don't want to mess with it too much, but I think it's looking good. Mine comes in the alphabet first if it helps. Yeah, there's a lot of floof going on here anyway. Yeah, please don't dox yourself on the internet. We can talk about that later. I've been a missus for 22 years. My doctor still sends me my mail in miss. Dr. Y. Oh, doctor. I did it. It finally happened. I went over and touched my new monitor that is definitely not a touch screen. All right. So usually when I have, so just to explain my setup here, we have my laptop computer in front of me. Over here is a smaller monitor, well, small monitor about the same size as my laptop monitor that I purchased recently rather than using a big bulky one that was my fiance's. And over on this monitor is my pattern and my Twitch dashboard. The it was actually playing the stream, and I usually pause that. So I have paused that now, and hopefully that helps things a little bit. If it doesn't, we'll figure it out. Hmm. Coffee's getting cold. This is my carafe. The coffee goes into it. Salud. Had to take my marriage certificate to change my last name too. They changed the last name, but not the title. I've got one for you. So, my place of employment has known for a while that I, one, am getting married, and two, that I'm planning on changing my full name. I told them, I'm like, hey, this is what's going on. What do you need from me? They're like, great. When you get your name changed, bring us the documentation stating that your name has been changed, and we'll take care of everything in the system. What they did was somehow, despite me providing the court document that says my name has gone from X to Paxi Rose Monroe, they put it's like says on there, this is the whole thing is just like, we have legally said that this person is now this person's name. Great. I gave them a copy of that document. All they had to do was read the document. And apparently they did not, because somehow they still put my first name as my dead name in the system. So it was dead name Monroe. I didn't learn about this until I got a new set of insurance cards in the mail, and I'm like, that ain't my name. And I mailed them about that. They're like, oh, we didn't realize you changed your first name too. I'm like, that was kind of the whole point of this entire exercise, but okay. All right, so we are on round 27, which is going to be just a single crochet around round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to do this row of tentacles the same way I did my last row of tentacles, and it will somehow line up perfectly. I don't know how it works, it just always does. So here we go. Yeah, I mean, it was annoying that they did that, but they are a lot better about it than a lot of other places I've heard about. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Your job gets a "You tried" sticker, but only half of one. Is it a yellow? Is it a gold star at least? Is it a gold star sticker, Kayla? No, I complain about my job a lot, but it's secure. I get to work from home. I used to be able to say that the benefits were great, but the place that they use right now keeps denying one of my medications, so that's a problem. those who don't know, I am a type 2 diabetic, which is part of the reason I'm doing fundraising for Breakthrough T1D, which if you put BankPath Breakthrough in the chat, you get a link to all the creators who are participating. If you do Breakthrough 2, it gets you a link directly to my page. 90% sure about that. Anyway, yeah, I'm a type 2 diabetic and I take a medication called Farxiga. It's great. It helps with my blood sugar. The reason I take it is because the most common medication that they give you for type 2 diabetes, metformin, kills my stomach. Like, I was just so sick all the time when I was on that. So my doctor was great and found me a medication that helps with my diabetes, but also doesn't kill my stomach. But for some reason, the new insurance company does not want me to have it. So, fight, 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 fight. Scented stickers are still a thing. You just gotta find them and give them to yourself. Make your own sticker chart. Give yourself stickers for doing random things. Did you do the dishes? Good. You get a sticker. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did you not mutter under your breath about something stupid a coworker did? Sticker. Listen, I need stickers to congratulate myself on being... Fine, do it. Get yourself a sticker chart and make yourself some stickers. Or get some scented stickers and make yourself a sticker chart and just reward yourself for little things. Make it a bingo card while you're at it. Okay, you're just giving yourself reasons to get yourself a sticker chart. Just, Nova, do it. I don't mutter, I tell them. That's legit. Oh yeah, hydrate. I don't have any water in here. Does coffee count? I know it does, and I'll drink water later. Now, speaking of a different type of hydration, Gatorade has 2 new flavors. I don't remember the names of either of them. One of them is Midnight something. Found them at Woodman's last night, or Friday night, and man, they are good. Get water later. Yeah. I have my big jug. I just forgot to do that. May have forgotten about dinner, but I do have water. Kayla, it's only 8:20 where we are. Go get yourself some dinner. Eat a snack. And then put a sticker on your new sticker chart. I have never tried Gatorade. It's Kool-Aid with electrolytes, basically. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be good for hydration. It was created for sports teams. It was called Gatorade because the guy who invented it worked for the University of Florida Gators. And honestly, I think it's really just Kool-Aid with some electrolytes to help with hydration. That's just my theory on it. And it's just a way to get kids to be hydrated a little bit more. Gatorade is a great indicator of whether you're hydrated enough. I'm in the UK, we don't have Gatorade much. That is legit. I don't know what the UK equivalent of that would be. I'll have to ask Argic if there's anything like that. I know it's not Iron Brew. Oh. They didn't have Iron Brew at the World Market the last time I was there. I was kind of bummed. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bye, Bee. Bye, Bee. I'm glad I got 2 versions of chat up because the chat over here on OBS, I can't read all of it because it goes so fast, but over here there's more of it. So, only time I've ever had one was after a really hot day at the Ren Fair, and it tasted incredible when I was dehydrated. Once my body restabilized, it was just flavored water. Yeah. I mean, I just like Gatorade. Like, I have to get the Gatorade Zero as much as possible because type 2 diabetic, trying to be better about my sugar intake. I'm terrible at it. But they have a good assortment of flavors in the zero, but they have the better flavors in the regular. We have cordial, which is like a syrup we add to water to flavor it. Okay. Yeah, we have stuff like that too. My wife likes sparkling waters, liquid death sparkling waters. I do not like sparkling waters at all. They taste like aspirin to me. I was so bummed because I like just the regular liquid death like still water, and then their iced teas are also really good. But they have like this one sparkling water called Mango Chainsaw, and I love mango. Mango is like one of my favorite things. But I can't drink it because it tastes like aspirin to me. So, but they don't put sparkling in their iced teas, so I usually get those. Just get those too. Guys, my tentacles are getting all tangled up. I don't know where I am. They do have like powder now that you can just add to water, and I have tried that, but it didn't really flavor the water that much. I don't know if I put too much water in or what, but oh, I forgot to do a double here. Yeah, I'll just stick to their iced teas, which reminds me, I have a bunch of their peach tea in little cans in my dining room that I should really put into our drink refrigerator so they are nice and cold. Okay. Okay. We got one more tentacle after this, thankfully, because this is getting insane. Okay. My wife is having her well, fiance, I just call her my wife, having her weekly chat with her mom, and I can hear her talking about her computer woes. Gotta get some eyes for my plushie project. Are you still working on bees? Got my daughter one of those water bottles that smells like fruit. It's supposed to trick the senses into thinking the water is flavored, but she says it still tasted like water. Legit. I mean, you could just throw some fruit in the water. Like, honestly, one of my favorite ways to drink water is to just throw some lemon juice in it, or slice up some oranges or limes or grapefruit, whatever. Just throw that into water. I've already lost count here. Just gonna start over again. 1 second, guys. I need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Or I don't know if they have it in the UK. I used to get it all the time, but it started becoming harder to find and a kind of a pain to get. So it was called True Citrus. It came in lemon, lime, grapefruit, and orange, and it was just crystallized fruit. So it was a little packet. You could get it in like a shaker bottle, but I usually got just the little packets. And in the little packet was just the equivalent of a slice of whatever fruit you were having. So if it was the true lemon, it was the equivalent of the slice of lemon. I would like get one packet of each flavor and just throw them all into like a giant jug of water, and that's what I would drink. We just stick with cordial now because it's sugar free too. That's good. But yeah, I know they branched out into like sugar free drink mixes. Their blackberry lemonade was really good, but again, it just became a pain to find and expensive, so I stopped doing it. Honestly, we always have a bottle of lemon juice in the fridge because we cook with it, so if I really want lemon water, I'll just throw some lemon juice into my water. I do have like cold brew tea bags that I will throw into water sometimes. That like they're made to just like instantly become tea because I do like tea. It's so funny. Like for the most part, if it's hot tea, I like it super sweet. If it's cold tea, I prefer it without any sugar in it. I get the weirdest looks from people when I tell them that. And then with coffee, I drink it black if I drink it black all the time if I could, but it kills my stomach, so I have to at least put milk in it. We usually have flavored creamer around the house though, so like right now my the s'mores coffee that I'm drinking, I think I threw some cinnamon roll creamer into it. I know it's cinnamon something and it tastes really good. The coffee itself is really good. It has that like nice graham crackery taste that you get from a s'more. Okay. All right. There we go. Alrighty. There is our last of the set of tentacles. And then I just have to do 2 rows of single crochet after this. And then when we put the eyes in place, we will just put them like in the row over the last row of tentacles, which is about where it should be anyway, so. Oh, wait, my bad. I need, excuse me. I will need to do, 4 rows of single crochet, and for those who weren't here earlier, I'll have 2 stitch markers in my rows here. One is to tell me where the beginning of my row is, and then the other one is how I count how many rows I've actually done. Because it's hard sometimes to count rows in, it's hard for me to count rows in continuous rounds, especially since the first round is down here on the foot, and yeah, it would just, no. So I just mark my stitch marker, and I know I need 4 rows, including the one that stitch marker's on. I try to work fast. Once I have figured out what I'm doing, my goodness, the tentacles on this are so heavy. I can get going pretty fast when I concentrate. Like the first episode, the first stream that I did, did this little cactus cat pattern, and I basically got the entire cat finished in the 2-hour stream. I just I wasn't done. I didn't finish sewing it up, and I was originally my plan had been to sew it up on camera. Oh no, wait, I was right. Never mind. I gotta move this. Round 20, the last round I did with the tentacles was just a single crochet around, so I don't have to worry about doing an extra row. So 27, I'm now on round 28. There we go. I know what I'm doing, sort of. All right. Now after I get this round done, I'm going to go around and count and make sure I have the amount of stitches I am supposed to have. Okay. Okay. All right. So like I said, real quick, I'm just going to count to make sure I have the 30 stitches that I'm supposed to have. And if I don't, we pull out. No, wait, I take that back. I'm supposed to have 24 stitches. So we're going to make sure I have the 24 stitches I'm supposed to have. And then if I don't, we go back and figure out where things went wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Before I do anything, I'm going to double count just to make sure I didn't miss something. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, so I dropped a stitch somewhere. Hey Dave, how's it going? Alright, so instead of going back and trying to figure out where I lost a stitch, we're just going to add a stitch to the end of the row and move on with our lives. It's taken years, but I've finally gotten to the point where I've stopped freaking out over every little imperfection in what I'm making because no one else is going to notice. No one else ever notices. There have been so many times when I've been like, oh, I did this here, and my wife is like, if you hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have noticed. So I'm like, if you don't tell them, nobody's going to notice. All right, so he's a little front heavy. All right. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to add a little bit more stuffing because, one, I have to add stuffing to his head anyway at some point. Two, I want to see if the stuffing helps him hold his head up. Okay, yeah. So as you can see, his head is not falling forward as much. Never mind, yes it is. Don't worry, I have a plan. Where did I put them? Okay. They're around here somewhere, I know that. One of these days, I'm going to have a fully organized craft room. It's going to be a thing of beauty, and who knows what'll happen. Ah, there they are. I found them. Hi, Beast. Okay, so these are hair curlers. They've got a little, they got a little metal rod in them, so you can bend them. Basically, what you're supposed to do is like wrap them around your hair and curl them in place. I saw a thing on Instagram that what they suggest you do is, let me take this extra stuffing out for right now. You put the pole down into the neck like that, and then we're going to pack stuffing around it. And what it should do is hold the neck up. There we go. Yeah, that's actually working. Alright, so it's not perfect, but it's holding it up way better than it was. Like, the head is not falling forward as much. So, again, these are just no heat foam rollers. If you have a Five Below, I got them there for $5. I have seen things on Instagram where people can get a smaller box of them at like a dollar store or the Dollar General for like $1.25. So that's how we're going to keep our head up with these luscious curls that we've got going on. It's never organized. Yeah, mine's never organized because this is my bedroom slash home office slash small business warehouse. So there's a lot going on in here. What I'm doing right now is I'm just going through and kind of curling all of the tentacles in approximately the same way. Got a little bit of curl going on there. My goodness, what have I done? Got sidetracked by cats and candy. Not at the same time. Good to know. My bedroom is also my craft room. Nice. Alright, so. What kind of candy, Nova? You gotta tell us now. Got some gummy sweet tart rings or halos or something, and they were surprisingly delicious. Got some very big peanut butter bunnies, and we have made mistakes trying to eat it in one day as two nearly 40-somethings. Challenge accepted. Oh, that reminds me, I have a peanut butter egg in my purse that's going to get devoured later because I love peanut butter eggs. I mentioned earlier that yesterday we went to a little pet store that's, it was called Tabby and Jack, that's near the UPS store when we were mailing something back, and they had an egg hunt going on. Jaxie, you are diabetic. We just finished talking about that. And I just told you that I'm a bad diabetic. What do you want from me? Anyway, they were having a little egg hunt at the Tabby and Jack shop. Basically, you find the egg, you open the egg, there is a little chocolate egg in there, and then you could pick a prize from their prize box. So now my cats have a little bag of freeze-dried pork hearts, and they seem to like them, so yay. And I got a little chocolate egg out of it, so. Alright. So Nova, you didn't miss much other than me putting a hair curler into the neck of our Care-thulhu here because of the fact that the tentacles are very heavy and it was making its head fall forward. But that's good because I wanted to test that anyway. It was something I saw on Instagram that people were doing, and I finally found the hair curlers at Five Below. I love Five Below. They have such good stuff there. For example, my niece, Thea, well, she is my cousin's daughter. I just call her my niece. She loves Batman. Or at the very least, one of the first gifts I got her was a book called Bedtime for Batman, and that's her favorite book. And now this kid will be getting all of the Batman stuff until her parents tell me to stop. So, I found an adorable little Batman rubber ducky at Five Below. So, oh, nice. That's a good way to do it, Sparky. I do love a good roast turkey. We didn't really do anything for Easter. I kind of forgot that was today. I'm not super religious or anything. I mean, I actually am an ordained minister. I did it I got ordained back in 2015 when we were having people were wanting to get married and they were having problems getting married. Okay, this is the last row. I'm just going around. So I got myself ordained as a minister in order to help people just get married. And now most of my ministering is people come to me with guilt over things that they don't actually need to have guilt about. And I'm just like, yo, you fine. I absolve you of this guilt. Go forth in peace, love, and light, and have a good day. Alright, play Pokemon, Arceus, try putting a puzzle together, gave up after 3 hours because our backs hurt. Big puzzles are not our thing. Puzzles aren't my thing. Video game puzzles are my thing. Not like jigsaw puzzles. My mother-in-law likes jigsaw puzzles though, so I keep trying to find those ones where you have to like solve a mystery while you're putting them together, because I got her one of those for Christmas one year and she loved it. I like puzzle games where you have to like, you know, figure things out. Except, I think it was called The Witness. I was so mad at that game. I only played it because I got it free with PlayStation Plus when I was still getting PlayStation Plus. And I thought there was like plot to the game. Spoiler alert. There is not a plot in that game, and I was so mad to discover this. Like I mentioned earlier, I started a new game in Hello Kitty Island Adventure. The little puzzles they have there, those are the kind of puzzles I like. Okay. Alright, so we're not going to like lock them in place, but we're gonna like test some eyes here. So let me see what I've got around me. Are they in here still? They are in here still. Okay, so these ones are a little small. Oh, gee golly gosh, I've already forgotten who I ordered these from. It's somebody in my in the Dungeons and Hookers Discord. Now I gotta look it up because I feel bad that I don't remember. I'm over on my iPad because it's easier for me to get to Etsy from there. Purchases. Midnightish Crafts. That's who I've gotten these eyes from. Okay. So we got a bunch of small ones in here, but we also... So these are the washers, or the backs that I was talking about. These are made specifically for sinker eyes, and I just would switch them out for regular ones, not knowing that that was not supposed to happen. So, okay. So we've got some bigger eyes that I purchased. I also purchased a bunch of small eyes. The Eevee eyes fell out of the packaging, so give me a second there. Just shove these back in here. But this is going to be something that I do at some point because I saw these eyes and I loved them. These are to make an Eevee. I have a pattern for an Eevee in mind. Actually, it's a Bardic Trinkets pattern, so we'll probably do that. What else do I have here? We have Clover. Yeah, they're very sparkly, aren't they? That's one of the reasons I got them. Again, these are by Midnightish Crafts. They are on Etsy, so midnightishcrafts.etsy.com. And then these ones, which I might try on this guy, they're called Cosmic Confetti. Let me just... There we go. Yeah, you liking those? And then I have some smaller ones here because I think they were having a sale. And I cannot be trusted. I can't be trusted alone on sparkly things. This is Witch's Brew. Hopefully that's showing up okay. My lighting is not the greatest. Apparently I bought 2 things of Witch's Brew. Are they different colors? No. Maybe? I can't. Here. You guys tell me. Are those the same color? I don't know. Aurora. Again, these are smaller eyes, so I'd need to make a smaller plushie for them. I guess I got 2 things each of Aurora. So 2 things of Aurora, 2 things of Witch's Brew, and then the other one. So, you know what? We're gonna try the Cosmic Confetti. We're not going to lock it. My husband says he thinks I was a magpie previously. Oh, I was probably a crow or a raven. All right, we're not going to lock these into place because, again, I don't have the tool that would make it easier, but I want to see if these are a good size eye. These might be a little bit small, but honestly, I think it'll work. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me move you over a little bit. What are we thinking? I think I need to adjust the placement of them. Like, I feel like this one over here could be over a little bit more. Like, sorry, buddy. Here, how are we? Oh, yeah, that looks a lot better, doesn't it? Do we like this? This looks pretty good. We're not going to put it into place because these washers are really, really hard to just, like, clicked. I don't know if you heard that, but I just pushed it again and it came right off. So we're not going to lock them into place until I get my tool, which hopefully Tuesday. Does it say on here when I'm supposed to get it? I'm not gonna get it until Thursday, guys. You got one from Mom Stitch Eddie? Yeah, I got something. It's called the Projo Mojo Safety Eye Jig, which, give me a second. It just occurred to me that I cannot paste a link from my iPad into my computer. Good job, me. Anyway, basically it looks like one of those, oh, hold on. Let's just do this. So that's what it looks like. I guess on the creator's Instagram, they have instructions for you to make your own. I don't own a drill. I probably should never own a drill. I'm not saying that I am not safe with power tools. I'm just saying that accidents happen. Oh, this is a cute little box that those eyes came in. Isn't this lovely? I may have to find out where they get their boxes and then get them in my colors. For, if I ever actually start selling on my Etsy again, I really need to do that. Okay. Alrighty. But yeah, so that's supposed to be coming on Thursday. So probably for Tuesday's stream, we will be doing something else. I'm not sure what yet, but we'll figure it out. Well, honestly, it depends on how much more we get finished in the next 10-ish minutes, because I usually try just to go 2 hours, just not to stress myself out. I have something like that, Sparky. I have a creme brulee torch. But I have a creme brulee torch because I actually make a lot of creme brulee. My fiance wanted to try it one year, and I'm like, you know what? Oh, thank you, Nova. Thank you for finding that. And so I knew that one of my favorite TV chefs, Alton Brown, had a recipe that he said was pretty easy, and I tend to trust him when he says something's easy, and it was. So the first time I made creme brulee, I didn't have the torch, so we were trying to borrow one from my friend. We call him the unknown entity because that's what he likes to be called on the internet. The unknown entity had a creme brulee torch, but he didn't have any fuel for it. So the first time I made it, I just put the sugar on top and then stuck it under the broiler for, I think, maybe 2 to 3 minutes. It worked just as well, but then you had to let everything cool before you could eat it. Whereas if you have the creme brulee torch, you just put the sugar on and then set it on fire. I mean, don't set it on fire, just burn the sugar. So yeah, I like making creme brulee. I need to ask my wife's birthday is coming up oh god, it's next week. I gotta wrap so many presents, you guys. Okay, 12 single crochet. Wait a minute. I almost did it again. I almost tried to use my monitor as a touchscreen. Good job, me. Alright, where am I? I'm down here. Okay, 2 single crochet decrease. She mentioned wanting either creme brulee or ice cream cake, so I might see if I can figure out a creme brulee ice cream cake. Which, honestly, I've seen I've seen a bunch of recipes for creme brulee ice cream. So my thinking is just to make creme brulee ice cream and then find a recipe for an ice cream cake and then just use that ice cream in the recipe. One downside to this is that I don't currently own an ice cream maker. But you know what I do have? I have a stand mixer, and I could probably find some way to freeze it real good. That probably won't actually work. I have seen the Ninja ice cream machine, but here's the thing. We do not have room. Like, we don't own an air fryer because we don't have a place to store it when we're not using it. Okay. I'm trying to keep the eyes in place while I do this, but I'm starting to realize that if I go much smaller, then I'm going to have problems putting the eyes in place when the time comes. So I think we're going to have to stop this part of this guy right here. So actually what I'm going to do is just go back to the beginning of the row for the sake of my sanity. And then to make sure that he doesn't unravel on me, I'm going to stick the working loop in my stitch marker, so then he won't unravel on me while I'm working. I don't eat ice cream enough to justify buying the machine. See, I don't either. And also, Dairy Queen delivers via DoorDash and Grubhub, which is a thing I should never have learned, but it's a good thing to know, especially in the summertime in Wisconsin. Alright, well, that's as far as we're going to get on Care-thulhu today. Again, my tool is not going to get here until Thursday. Hopefully it arrives before stream on Thursday, which we actually have a schedule now. So Sunday nights is Sunday Night Stitch and Chill. I'm hoping to get it set up so that if people want to join in on Discord and just chat with me, that'd be great. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, so Chicago time. Oh, thank you. It's Big the Cat from Sonic the Hedgehog. I got it from the Yeti a few years ago. Love this shirt. It's starting to fall apart, but I love it. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2:30 Central Standard Time, or Daylight Time, whatever time we're in. The Chicago time, how about that? Is when we're going to have the Internet Anti-Paxies coffee, crafts, and chill. We're in DST or CST? CDT. Can we just get rid of savings time, please? Please? Pretty please? That'd be great. That'd be amazing. It doesn't benefit anybody. Anyway, so we have a schedule now. We're going to try and stick to the schedule. 6.5 hours earlier than right now. Thank you, Kayla. Yeah, BST is great because you guys turn over to the British summertime like a month before we turn over to our whatever we are in right now. You guys always change your time like a month before we do. And it's like for a single month, one of the streamers I watch who's from Scotland just starts streaming about the time I go to work. And then it changes to where he's when we change our time, he's streaming an hour earlier. So it's just insane. It's crazy, y'all. Yeah, the time change is not great. It doesn't help anybody. All right, well, that's going to do it for me tonight. I'm tired. I'm gonna go sit and do nothing for the next hour and hopefully fall asleep at around 10 o'clock because I have to work tomorrow. So thank you all for hanging out. We'll work more on Care-thulhu on Tuesday. We'll probably work on his arms and we'll work on the tummy patch. And hopefully, maybe the tool will come early. If it does, yay, we'll get the eyes in place. If it doesn't, we'll just have to wait till the tool comes. Because I guess I could do the backs in the microwave in water beforehand, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I feel like there is too much of a chance I could mess that up. All right, again, thank you all for coming and hanging out. I'm gonna go. Bye.